The birth of the Vanguard Project happening right now. How do you guys feel?
Is it a C-section?
Okay. How do I feel? Let's first, how do you feel?
How do I feel?
This is your
I feel
baby.
excited, man. Definitely like some nerves. Like it's always weird sitting down in front of a microphone and there's like this pressure that you gotta say like smart things. You know what I mean? And like perform.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to just stay as authentic as I can and just be comfortable and say what's on my heart, you know?
Yeah. What about you, Austin?
I don't know. I'm optimistic about what this could probably turn into, brother.
In the future?
The future of
Yeah.
everything.
I'm excited. Excited to lay down some
Some
funky
bars.
voice. Some funky voice.
Some ASMR.
Some ASMR.
Is our camera live as well, by the
Yeah,
way?
the camera is going. It
I
is.
think it's been going for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. If it dies, we'll put a pause. I'll put a new battery in. We'll be good to go.
Love it. Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of videotapes of us scrambling around this little room trying to figure out what the heck is going on.
It'd be good for the archives. Look at where we were.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you guys seen that? Eddie was talking about this last week. You guys seen that clip that Nick Bear posted of the first videos that he made?
No, I have to go look at it.
Everyone, this is like a really nice place to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He was like in a little office. It's funny. He had this like big banner hung up behind him with like Bear Performance Nutrition written on it, and it's like the cheesiest looking thing ever, right? And he's just sitting there looking at the camera, and he keeps stumbling over his words and starting over and doing all this stuff. It's just wild to see how far he's come, and he's so he's an open book about it, you know. Like he wants other people to see, like, look, I came from
Nothing. Well, not nothing. This certainly isn't.
I
Nothing.
started.
Oh, you started.
I look like an idiot, but I
Yeah.
did something.
That's where everybody, in my opinion, gets like crossed up. Like, just put something down. Start.
Yeah.
That's where like that's what you got to do. I think, especially me as an overthinker, I like to overthink a lot. Being able to just start something is half the battle. Really is.
100%. And you never know what it's going to turn into.
Yeah.
Like I just came from Cold Tub Coffee Club, right?
Mm.
And that was born out of Sunrise Crew St. Pete, which is a group of people that go to the pier and work out at 6 a.m. on Mondays and Fridays. And they're like, I think we can do more. And so Colin and all of his genius was like, I'm going to start this cold tub thing. Because everywhere you go around town, a cold tub is $25 to jump in a tub for 3 minutes. And he's like, that's unacceptable. So he started this thing, and I think there was like 20 or 30 people at their first event. And like I just came from there, and there was 150 people there and a big blow-up slide.
Yeah, I saw the
and
blow up.
Yeah.
they got a mural on the wall and all this stuff, and that's just like a perfect picture. And it's like they're shocked too. They're like,
It just happens.
this is growing like crazy. What can we do with this? So it's just a perfect picture of like, if you have an idea, just do it. And you don't have to be perfect. You're not going to know the details. But it's going to play out the way it's supposed to.
And that's the whole point of your podcast, right? Talking to people that actually started something. Do it.
Yeah,
and
man.
see what it came into.
I think St. Pete is like known for that too. Like you move here and people just create, and it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. A lot of places aren't like that.
Yeah, I agree.
People like come out of their shell here because everyone's like transplant. Like there's rarely anybody I meet from here who's not, I don't know, more eclectic.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You meet amazing people here. I was just having a conversation about when I first moved to Florida, I moved to Fort Lauderdale. And then I was there for about a year before I moved here. And the difference is kind of hard to explain. It's Miami Junior, you know. It's got all the Miami vibes. There's a lot of clout chasing, a lot of money, all about cars and women and going to clubs and things like that. And then you come to St. Pete, and it's not really about business. It's about community. It's about like adding value to the people that you surround yourself with. And that's been super inspirational for me.
Right.
Like if I was in Fort Lauderdale today, I wouldn't be sitting in this room recording with you guys.
Well, yeah, you'd be sitting in Fort Lauderdale.
That's facts. That's facts. It's very objective.
It's true.
Yeah, but it just it makes a big difference to people you surround yourself with too.
Yeah.
And that starts with what city you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's true.
You guys want to record this intro? This could be fun.
What's the intro?
You want the intro?
I thought
Is it like
I
a
like
jingle?
That was a good intro. This is the Vanguard. This is when I was born.
This is the Vanguard Project.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, go-getters?
No.
This is the Vanguard Project. We're Matt, Austin, and Caleb. Hash out what it takes to be a trailblazer,
Sure.
a vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
What it takes to lead with values first and chart the path for others. Every month, we'll sit down with local entrepreneurs, business owners, athletes, and go-getters that wake up every day inspired to make a difference in their world.
I like it.
You guys like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you inspired to make a difference?
I'm feeling the most inspired I've ever felt. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how it's done, man.
Like, I could, like, there's no words to describe how inspired I feel right now because of what you just said to me.
It's not me, it's the coffee.
Yes.
It's definitely the espresso.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is episode 1, and we have no idea what we're doing.
No, we don't.
But that's kind of the beauty of it.
Yeah.
You know, we're a group of
Just
guys
chilling.
who want to learn from the very best, and we want to share that message with other people.
Yeah.
So today we're just going to hash it out, just 3 dudes sitting in a room. But soon we're going to have some pretty cool guests in here.
We will.
One day.
One day.
One day.
Yeah, one day soon.
One day.
I'm stoked to learn.
I'm stoked to learn
I'm
too.
stoked to learn also.
I'm reading this book right now that was a recommendation from our boy Brad. And
What book is that?
it's called, oh my gosh, what is that book called? The Way of the Superior Man. So I just started, I'm like 2 chapters in. But it's really interesting. Yes, it's written for men, but I think there's value in women reading it as well because you learn about the difference between masculine and feminine energy. And it doesn't necessarily need to be a male that is representing that masculine energy in a relationship or a female that's representing the feminine energy. But the masculine and the feminine is a built-in part of our world.
Mm-hmm.
And they work together, right? It's exactly what we're talking about with the cops and with leadership in our community is you have to have both energies to be able to thrive. And so, you know, most of the time we're thinking about it male and female, but if you look at energy and the characteristics that go into masculinity and being strong and being mission oriented versus feminine energy and being nurturing and being kind and thoughtful, like both of those things are so important, and both men and women can have those characteristics, and you need them together. So it's really interesting.
I haven't read that book yet, but planning to now. I was recommended it by somebody else. I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah, dude. What's the number 1 lesson you've picked up from that book so far? Because that's a great book, man. Everybody should read it.
The one that I for sure want to take and apply to my everyday life is approaching every situation with a perspective of kindness, I guess you could say. You attract more bees with honey than you do detergent. That's I made that up, but that's like a play on a quote that I read in the book, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot easier to turn no's into yeses when you find common ground you can agree with on the other party. So that's why it's always important to take their perspective into account. And I think that's something that I've learned from the book that I can apply to many areas of my life. It's a really great book, though. Each principle in the book kind of builds into the next one that you're reading. So, I mean, approach each situation with kindness. Do not overreact. Take a minute to process what's going on if somebody's wronged you. So no matter how badly somebody has wronged you, you know, take a minute to kind of try and understand why, and then approach that situation with an open mind, a kind mind, a thoughtful mind, and it usually works out better in the end, because the minute you go with sort of a negative attitude or why did you do this attitude, I think the other person shuts off. The other party shuts off. the whole body kind of, when somebody's saying no, it's not just a brain and a word, but your entire body, your cells, everything is kind of positioning itself to where it's like, no, I'm closing myself off. And that's the situation that you want to avoid, like in an argument, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But it's a good book. Definitely think everybody should read it. I always think to myself how different the world would be if everybody was required to read one particular book. And that's kind of a book that I have in that list, is like if everybody read that and everybody understood it.
That's interesting. And they're trying to do that with the education system.
They're trying. I don't
Required
think
books.
they're being successful.
Let's get that one added to the curriculum for sure, man.
Wow.
Absolutely. Dude, back when I read that book, one of my favorite things that I pulled, probably the most memorable thing, was remembering people's names. Have you gotten to that part yet?
I have gotten to that part. It does. If you get blessed with the opportunity that someone has a name tag on the first time you meet them, it makes it so much easier.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, remembering names.
Bad at that.
It's hard, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at that.
And the book talks about that. It's crazy because it was written in what, the 40s?
The 30s.
The 30s?
It was before World War II. So, and you definitely notice that thinking when you're reading the book and it's not updated. But yeah, it was like the 30s.
No way.
But a lot of the things he talks about are super relevant today. And one
Yeah.
of those things is like, I'm constantly talking to people who say, I struggle to remember people's names.
Yeah.
I would say like 90% of the people that I meet are like, sorry, I suck with names.
No, yeah.
And then like people are like, oh, it's just because you don't care. It's like, man, fuck that. I really cannot remember people's names.
No, I mean, you especially, you're talking to a bunch of people every day.
Oh,
Yeah.
And like it's hard to remember names, but if you make an effort to remember the name, it goes a long way with them.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference.
It does.
The number one, I think the book says this, the number one word that people like to hear is their own name.
Yep.
Right.
Right? It's such an easy way to make a connection. So then it talks through like ways to remember names, like playing, saying the name over and over again in your head. One of my favorite ways to remember is to, as soon as they say their name, say it back to them. So, hey, I'm
Right.
Austin. Oh, man, Austin, it's so good to meet you. Because as soon as you actually have to form that word in your brain, it helps you lock it in.
We can go into some sales coaching 101 real quick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's so good. Cool. Austin, what are you reading right now, dude?
I'm not reading anything right now, actually. Really been honed in on work and school and personal stuff, and I haven't been reading anything. I usually read, last book I read was Hero Manifesto by Robin Sharma, which is like a fantastic book, and it talks about the pyramid of like what it's like to be a hero as a true leader and a man. So that was a really cool book, but I'm really trying to pick up the Bible, read more actually.
Yeah.
That was a good book.
That's a really good book.
It's the best book. Yeah, man, I know we talked about it 3 months ago, and you said your number one goal was to hone in on your relationship with God.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to do that is to open that book.
For sure.
It's been tough lately.
Yeah, man, you really got to prioritize it.
It's always tough.
Yeah, you do. You have to you have to live it. You can't just talk about it or like pray. It's not enough,
You got to live it.
I think that's definitely you can associate that to everything in life, every goal. You gotta live. You gotta be who you want to attract. You gotta be what you want to attract. I like the saying, "Walk like a boss, act like a boss."
You have to wear it.
Become the boss. Yeah, you do have to wear it.
Yeah, I mean, when we were prepping for this podcast, wrote down some of our values, right? And frankly, I looked up, like, I wanted it to be worded well that we could all relate with, right? And so I did some of that off of ChatGPT, like.
That shit is crazy, dude.
And is that your values if you're looking it up on ChatGPT?
No.
No, that's the robot's values.
Right?
Yeah.
That's whoever put the
That's China's values.
that's whoever put the training data in there. But
I didn't, to be clear, I didn't look up like what are my values, right?
No.
I looked up like a lot of the books that I've read, a blueprint of Christian values, a blueprint of like Stoic values, like a lot of these things that I have read and I'm filling my brain with that I live out naturally. Like, how do you put words to that?
AI is weird.
I don't know.
I watched this story the other day, and they interviewed the director of FBI, and it was this fucking psychologist guy who took pictures of his students and manipulated them into like being naked, and it was all AI generated. And the AI computer can do so much; it's ridiculous. The YouTube star showed this video. He types in some, like, put me on a beach in the middle of Maui, and the AI computes this entire video of it, and it's all generated AI.
Yeah.
Like, you can do anything with AI. And
Absolutely.
It's changing. I think the next.
Well, people are gonna misuse it, just like they misuse anything.
They misuse anything. That's human nature. There's good and bad, but I think in terms of like how different societies can look in 10, 15 years, I think it's going to look very, very different than to what we're used to and to what we've kind of even grown up with. I mean, we're all similar in age.
I think it's artificial. Exactly what it's called, artificial intelligence. It's not earned intelligence anymore. People are not actually intelligent. People have to go in ChatGPT and type in an email. There's no it's gonna take away actually earned intelligence.
Well, I think that could be one of the important values and points of this podcast is to ChatGPT thinking. I think it's useful in a lot of cases. I think reliance upon AI is going to become more and more, and to the point where it's going to be the saying, "Don't let life live you; you live your life." I think the real danger is letting life live you now. I think people are going to have to be way more conscious about living their life.
Well, it's convenient when it's like you're in your kitchen and you have 4 ingredients and it's like tomatoes, cucumber, bread, and tomato sauce or whatever. And you're like, bake me 10 recipes with this. You got to cook something, but it is not supposed to be used for make this email look better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that just places much more value on human contact, human connection.
Exactly.
Networking.
And human thinking.
Exactly. No one's going to be able to think for themselves.
Yeah. But those that are will be that much more valuable.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Just have out of the box ideas. That's my concern. I think we'll looking back in another decade, we'll be in such a different place. But I guess that's for another day.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I would say let that motivate you, boys. Like, don't lose your drive. Don't lose your ability to think. Don't lose your desire to make a difference, right? Because in a world where ChatGPT and AI is taking over, you actually now have a leg up because other people are relying on this technology and you can provide value without it.
Yeah. Being someone that other people can rely on is a goal for me, and one of my aspirations is being a person that can be relied upon for many different things. And I guess that's being the head of a family, being an entrepreneur, and wherever I find success, I want to be someone that people can look to inspire, to I don't know, look to for guidance. It's one big thing. In my head, I call it Mr. Make It Happen. I want to be Mr. Make It Happen. So definitely a goal, definitely a value for me. So yeah, we get there though. I think time will tell.
Dude, you have the vision.
Yeah.
That's step one. As long as you have that end goal and you keep that end goal in mind, you're going to get there. It doesn't really matter the little steps in between.
You'll figure them out on the way.
Yeah.
You can ChatGPT the steps on the way.
Yeah.
It'll tell you the steps. It tells you anything.
What kind of other than the Vanguard Project, what projects are you have in mind or working on? I guess personally wise, goals wise.
Yeah, it's a good question, dude. And I absolutely thought you were going to ask me like what desserts that I like with that segue. But big chocolate chip cookie guy.
Big chocolate chip.
I had one about an hour ago.
No way.
Yeah, dude, it's a highlight of my day so far.
Where did you get it?
Cold Tub Coffee Club.
Oh,
They had cookies.
They got cookies. Yeah, straight from Gateway Subs.
Shout out to Cold
I
Tub
want to go
Coffee
out
Club.
there.
Dude,
Damn.
so many ads in this podcast.
I know.
None of this is sponsored. This
No.
is completely
But that'd be cool if you did.
unpaid.
Yeah. Unpaid. Nice pause there. Nice offering.
I love that.
That's the time for offering.
Dude, the cookie jar is deep. I mean, we talked about St. Petersburg and all the opportunities here and all the people to network with. Got a lot of things cooking. Coaching at a gym called Run Unlimited.
Yeah.
You guys both know that.
Yeah.
I think that gym is so cool, man. I really do. They're rethinking the way that people look at running, you know? So, especially in Florida, where it's brutally hot for 6 months out of the year, like getting people inside makes running so much more accessible for people. And the other thing that I think is great about Run Unlimited is it's not just putting in your headphones and going for a run, but you have a coach that is both motivating you and coaching you through a very specific workout with a goal in mind, you know? And so you're taking like a lot of ideas and principles that we use at OGF and that you've used at the gym and in other areas and applying it to running. And I think it's going to grow like crazy because, I mean, we send people that come to Run Unlimited every day to like local 5Ks and 10Ks and stuff, and they win. Like Run Unlimited people are winning every race.
And running clubs. Too.
So it helps you outside too.
Yeah. And so it's like, what came first, chicken or the egg? Like, are they good runners that just showed up to Run Unlimited, you know? Or did Run Unlimited make them good
better.
runners? It's a little bit of both. But yeah, man, coaching there has really inspired me to really be on top of my game and do research and really understand what makes people a better runner when it comes to stride and breathing and all the other things that go into it, like nutrition and hydration and all of that stuff. So that's really cool. And that kind of bleeds into my role in Pinellas Run Club.
Damn.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, dude. Shout out PRC, bro. Obviously, run clubs are super trendy right now.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, it's because I think we live in Florida. I don't think they're trendy anywhere else. It's because we live in Florida. That's why.
they are, man. Like,
No
I got
way.
buddies in run clubs in Arizona. Obviously, our boys over in Austin. Like, there's so many run clubs in Austin.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's
Damn.
the whole country. It's
I
a
went
movement.
back to Atlanta last week and I saw not a single person running.
Run club?
Really?
It was weird. Yes. No one.
Really?
No one. I don't know what it was.
Yeah. What are they doing in Atlanta?
That's an opportunity for someone.
Yeah, man. Maybe we should all move to Atlanta and start a run club.
Absolutely not.
No, sir.
No, sir.
It's an opportunity for someone for sure. Capitalize on that.
Yeah, but
Love it down
man,
there.
run club's been such a blessing. It's like I showed up to make friends because I was new to St. Petersburg, you know, back in March, and just quickly connected with Brandy and the people that run it. And you know, you and I have both kind of found ways to get involved and make it better. And I think we both have a passion for impacting people. And so like through PRC, we want to make it as good as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And what does that look like? Like we've talked about growth in numbers. Like having a massive run club and having 500 people in your picture on Thursday night is sweet, but like how involved are those people? Are they contributing to their events? Are they coming to like these volunteer things that we're starting to set up? Are they donating to charitable causes that we're partnered with?
Yeah.
And so that's the trick right now. And I think run clubs across the country have an opportunity to give back to their communities, you know? And I think we can pave the way. We can be vanguards on that front.
Okay.
Like it's not just running and drinking beer. It's making a difference in your community and providing value.
I think the value in it is there's a place for everybody. If you want to run and just make friends there, you're more than welcome to come. But if you want to go a little bit deeper, there's always that opportunity too.
Not for profit.
Yeah. Like charity runs.
Yeah, like a 501(c), like it'd be a not-for-profit organization, like a church.
Yeah.
People come to church. They don't always have to donate or offer.
No, they just come to have a community there. I mean, there's a ton of very epic people that go out to that one, and I'm sure around the area that I've met, and getting to know them. Like you find out more. Like there's always that opportunity to look deeper, and that's what I'm very grateful to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we can do that here too.
Yeah.
Shout out Caleb.
Shout out Caleb for sure.
That's awesome. Well, what's your cookie jar look like, Matt?
What does my cookie jar look like? This podcast, I do the photography for them. You know, I get a lot of value out of capturing moments and being able to share those moments with the people that actually made those moments. That is something that I get a lot of joy out of. So that for sure. What else? I'm working on my degree.
Sorry, you do the pictures for PRC, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for making me clarify that, because they probably didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't want our listeners to be confused.
No. So I do the photography and videography for them. What else I got going on? I'm chasing after a degree. You know, that's kind of I got a degree, but it's a nice one. What else am I working on? Events, hosting events. I really like putting on events for people to kind of spark that opportunity to network. You know, like the view I have of it is a networking event is something where ideas are shared and seeds are planted. And an awesome thing to hear is like, if you hear where this big multi-million-dollar business originated, a goal is to have people say, oh, Matt hosted that event. Matt organized that event where that idea was born. So definitely getting into event hosting and setting that up. I think that's really awesome. Just trying to really enrich myself in literature, kind of level myself up there. Start my own business when it comes to content creation. I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on. Kind of.
It's a deep cookie jar, man.
Yeah.
He's a smart kid.
This kid's 22 years old. Can you believe it?
Uh,
Yeah, you're crushing it, man. It's inspiring to see a guy your age that is getting after it the way that you are and getting involved in so many things.
Well, you know, because like we were talking about before, at least my perspective on the generation I'm growing up with is there's like a lack of consideration, I guess the best way I could say it. And I don't want to be one of the people that lacks consideration. I want to be someone that can be looked to. I want all of us to be people, like especially you guys here, that people look to with hope and inspiration. And that kind of sounds a little bit like grandiose, but it's good to be grandiose. Yeah, you know, I don't really know where I was going with that, but you can kind of connect the dots from there.
Yeah, man. Shoot for the stars.
That makes sense.
Austin.
What about you, Austin?
Hey, how are you?
Shout out, Austin.
Shout out, Caleb.
Shout out, Austin.
I have nothing going on in the community. I don't know, it hit me a couple days ago that I'll be 30 next year. So I'm really trying to make it big in the next couple of years and take care of my family and make a family. Make sure my girlfriend stays at home and I take care of her. And I don't know, I'm in a really good spot right now with her. I was sitting here thinking about her driving today, and I don't know, I'm just super grateful for like what happened and what transpired down here and what kind of connected those dots. And so I don't know, I'm looking to nourish our relationship and keep farming it, you know, with a light of positivity, and I don't know, take care of some stuff back at home. I got some things going on. I'm looking to kind of transition out of what I'm doing right now into a different type of role. So that's a little bit of a scary feat.
Yeah, man.
Kind of checked out, you know, as far as what I do right now. And, you know, there's some consequences behind that. So, you know, October 1st coming around the corner, so I'm preparing for the worst. But I'm looking to get out of that and do a different role and do something I'm like more happy about. More something I feel like I'm living out my purpose. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's go into that though. What makes you think like that? Like why? Like it's always important to.
Because it's always it's just these sales orgs that you join. There's no everyone's always worried about numbers, and there's no growth to be like leadership or anything like that. people kind of just get pushed in those roles.
You feel like you're in a rat race, huh?
Yeah, it's always about numbers, and so been doing this for too long. I got a text early. I got a text at 3:00 in the morning yesterday or this morning, and this is the kind of shit that fires me up, dude. Shout out my boy Big Worm.
Big Worm is not a real guy.
I swear, yeah. I hope this doesn't wake you, but I ain't really been out in the city in a minute. Tonight was cool. Had multiple females showing me love and interest. I know that shit sounds gay, but that shit hasn't happened to me in years. Getting told by random women that I'm attractive was a huge feeling. And I just wanted to tell you that would have never happened if I never met you. You helped me change my life and still continue to do so. I just want to make sure I always tell you thank you, that I love you. So, it's shit like that. That's the kind of shit that fires me up. It's kind of fostering those relationships. And, I want to be a leader kind of in that role. I'm tired of having quota breath and every month's, different, You got 2 good months, you get 1 bad month, bam, you're on the chopping block. Fuck that. I'm too grown.
It's sustained.
I work too hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I wonder how you can find a way. Clearly, it fires you up, inspiring your buddy, and just hearing you talk about the things that you do to manage your own anxiety, and the things that you do to organize your life, and the things that you've done to get where you are. How can you implement that into your career? How can you find a career that allows you to do those things so that every day you wake up at 5 a.m. fired up to go get it?
That's what I'm saying. It used to be like that, but I just feel like it's a small margin market that, working and shit like that. But we'll edit some of that part out so I don't get fired.
Is the camera dying?
Just want to make sure it's... Damn, we should have got donuts before. I'm hungry.
Yeah, dude, we'll bash after this for sure.
I'm so hungry.
All good? Cool.
I just wanted to make sure everything's good.
I'm so hungry, baby.
Sweet.
I like hearing myself sing.
I like it too. It sounds really good in my ears. My ears feel really good when you do that.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's good. It gives me goosebumps.
I can whisper in your ear from over here, baby.
Damn, bro.
I love it. All right, well, we kind of skipped the bio. That was kind of the plan. And I think that's totally okay because I'm learning a lot about you guys just talking through
I think
it.
that's the best way to do it. I don't really think,
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool to know backgrounds about people, but
I feel this is a good first interaction. It's nice meeting you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, absolute pleasure. It's crazy that we just found each other in Hyde Park on the street.
Yeah.
And here
Yeah.
we are.
I know.
I found you guys on Craigslist. Is Craigslist still around?
Yes.
Craigslist is still around.
Really?
Yes. Yep. And
Yeah.
there's a business opportunity there to go buy some stuff on Craigslist and sell it for higher if you've got some time. It's hard to scale.
There used to be cars on there for $1,000. They're actually
Good
good
cars.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you my car for $1,000.
What kind of car do you have?
It's his name's James.
You named your car?
Absolutely.
Mine's
I named
Corey.
every car.
Mine's Corey the Kia.
Corey the Kia.
Corey the Kia. I didn't name my car.
Matt,
I didn't name my car.
what's your car look like?
It's a GMC Terrain. It's like
It's black,
SUV.
right?
It's white.
It's white.
It's got a bunch of dents in it. It was missing a mirror cover.
Tyler the Terrain.
Tyler
Tyler
the Terrain.
Terrain.
Okay, it's a dude.
Yeah, but I feel weird getting into a dude after a hard day's work.
Yeah.
Let me get into Tyler. Real
I
quick.
usually don't get into dudes after a hard day's work. That's for sure.
That's disgusting.
Okay, yeah, we'll take that part out. You gotta be kidding
work
me.
talk.
We'll take that. I think we'll take this all out. Yeah.
Father,
No
forgive
talking about
us.
work.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. All right. I mean, we didn't actually meet each other on the street outside this
No.
studio, though.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I might have met you on the street. I met you at a gas station.
Why are you here?
Why am I here?
Who do you know here?
I know you.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
that's all I need.
Yeah, so I came up with this idea, right? Didn't really come up with it.
No, you invented podcasts.
I did. It's this crazy idea I had. And it's awesome that these people had this studio with these mics and stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
It exactly fit.
They gifted
What I
it to you
came up
because
with.
of your greatness.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'm a child of God, bro. I am here to serve. Um, so I coined the Vanguard Project because of some of these things we're talking about in St. Pete. There's amazing people here. We also have some super rich people here.
Yeah.
We have very successful people. We have athletes that are doing incredible things. My friend Mark ran a 34-minute 10K yesterday.
I saw that.
Like,
congratulations to Mark.
Yeah.
On the PB&J run.
Mark's a beast.
Just beast.
And like people might see Mark post that picture on Instagram, but like what's Mark's story?
What's behind that?
How long has Mark been running? How did he go do that? You know, or you know, some of your favorite businesses. We go to breweries every Thursday night. Who's behind those breweries? You know, like what's the work that goes into that? And so like we want to go talk to those people and learn from them so that we can apply some of those concepts in our own lives and help other people do the same.
Yeah. I'll add to that real quick. Sorry.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I mean, especially in today's era of social media, being able to figure out what's behind it, the amount of work that's behind it is important. And I think that's what we're capitalizing on here. Because what's shown on Instagram, what's shown on Facebook is the end result. It's not
the outcome.
It's the outcome. Mm-hmm. It's not the journey, and that's the more important part, in my opinion.
100%.
And being able to talk with business owners that have walked that path and what they've gained out of it is a good idea. And I think that's something that I want to share. We want to share with everybody else in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So I brought this idea to you guys. I guess it's been about a month now.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I want to start this project and bring in these cool people. And you guys did not hesitate.
No.
Both you guys were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's jump in. So I'm curious, why? Like, why this project? Why this idea? Like, what do you guys want to get out of the Vanguard Project? And what kind of value do you want to provide to others?
I think it's just network. I think like it was a really good opportunity for me to get more involved. I don't know. I thought it was a really good, optimistic adventure. Mm-hmm. Really, truly. I just wanted to kind of get involved and spearhead it and not take control, but just be along for the ride.
I love it, dude. Yeah, you talk about investing in community. I hope that this is a way that you can do that.
Yeah. I feel like it will be. I feel like it'll be very impactful. And because like you said, man, like, there's so many places in St. Pete that are first, that are places you don't see, like kombucha bars or holistic bottle shops. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Rolling Oats, for example, like those kind of grocery stores. Like there's a lot of firsts, and it's like it's very eclectic. It's very interesting, and like those little journeys and like how they're sustained and how they're still able to function as businesses. I don't know. It's really cool. So.
Yeah, cool. Matt, what about you, bro? Why are you excited about this? Why are you here?
I think what Austin said is kind of what my thinking is too. Like, everybody has a story, and being able to find out the gritty parts of that story is important to me. I mean, I want to be successful one day, so learning the amount of work that it takes to be successful so that I can apply it to my own thinking is important. I mean, it's not like I'm just waking up one day deciding to be successful. I think this is a mentality that I've had for a long time.
Yeah.
And when you presented an opportunity like this to me, I really saw an opportunity for myself, to sound selfish, to listen and learn from some of the bright minds of St. Pete. And sorry, someone's like talking up there. I could hear it. Listen to the bright minds of St. Pete and, I don't know, work on something, build something with you, because you're inspirational in your own right, and I felt like this was a project worth putting time into and energy into, because you seem like someone who can be counted on to me. So, for sure. I don't really have much else on like why I'm here other than that, but I think I'll figure out why I'm here as we keep going.
Yeah, man. it's about the journey.
It's about the
not
journey.
the outcome.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I resonate with both of those things. I think for me, man, we're in so many cool circles with the run club and the cold plunges and OGF. There's so many go-getters, badasses at OGF that you go for a workout and you leave inspired because you just talk to some guy about his real estate empire he's building or whatever it is. I feel like every time.
Yeah.
Every time I go to run club, every time I go to some of these events, I'm meeting somebody, I'm having conversations where I'm leaving and like, don't even need the coffee, dude. I am fired up.
Good to go.
So inspired, so encouraged to go do something on my own. And I know that not everyone is getting that same experience.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm more involved than most people around me and I'm doing a million different things. And so I really want to like bring those conversations out of the backyard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
make them accessible to everybody. Because everybody, dude, I was talking to a guy at Cold Tub today who's very spiritually enlightened. And he was talking about a couple different books and some of the things that he's learned over the years in his journey and how he sees the world and how people love each other and how we exist in relationships and just a lot of really cool things. And like, he's a much better expert on that than I am. I can't sit here and talk into this mic and spit all of the knowledge that he just did, but we can set up a platform to bring those people in and share that stuff. And so, man, I'm hoping we can do that here. And I know that we will.
For sure. For sure.
Amazing. We've talked a little bit about our goals. Matt, particularly you said you want to be somebody that's relied on. I think that's awesome. I'm curious. You guys are obviously both go-getters. What are some of your goals in both the near term and the long term? Not just this podcast, but in some of your other endeavors. Like, what is in 5 years? What has Matt accomplished that makes him proud of what he's done?
In 5 years, I hope to have a few businesses under my belt. Kind of the one that I really want to start is the event planning. I won't go too much into detail on that. Couple businesses under the belt. In terms of that's work though. I mean, in terms of like social life and personal development, I want to be like sustained in where I'm at right now in terms of fitness. I want to have made plenty of networking connections. I don't think it would be time for a family just yet. And in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, then we can start talking about like family and kids. But
don't rush that.
Yeah, no, not really thinking about that right now.
Don't rush that at all, dude. I have friends with kids. They hate it.
They hate having
God,
kids.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I wouldn't say.
I'm just saying it's a lot, dude. It's a lot.
100%.
Someone literally told me having a kid between the first 3 years, you have to put your entire life on hold.
100%.
Every single thing you do is altered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hear the same things, but it's interesting is like, here's a guy with a kid who's 26 talking to a guy who's 28 and doesn't have any kids and has the freedom to go do what he wants. You don't have to be at home every night and all this stuff. Like, of course they're like, oh man, don't have kids, like enjoy your freedom. But the flip side of that is like, there's so much fulfillment that comes from that,
Yeah.
And like, you just talked about your goals a second ago that you want to provide for your family.
I was just saying, like, you have to be able to be aware enough to be selfish.
Yeah.
And I'm way too selfish right now to have a child. So that's just me being completely honest. And there's people that I call them dinks that don't have kids or like grow up to like not want kids. And like, I'm not a dink by any mean, but like I want kids in the next 5 years. Yeah.
Double income, no kids, right? Dink?
Dink.
Yeah.
I thought that was just like a name you had for him, but that's actually like
It's a real thing.
Real thing.
That's what financial advisors call it too.
Yeah, it's
they
a
love
dink.
dinks.
Like,
Cut that commission
They
check
just
on
have
them
dogs.
dinks.
That's their kid. Dogs.
dogs. No, dude. I mean, to kind of take it back though to goals.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think my life's I'm just playing it by ear. I just want to be. I want to be successful, and my life is unfolding, and kind of playing it by ear in terms of life's gonna come to me. I'm just putting all my energy into life.
I love it, dude. And like we talked about earlier, as long as you have that vision, you have that end goal that you're shooting for,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about the details as much.
Yeah.
Just bring the energy every day, give your best in everything you do, have that vision, and then things will fall into place.
Yep.
Yeah. What about you, Austin? In 5 years, what have you done that you're like so proud of that makes life worth living?
You know, it's crazy. I was thinking about that a couple days ago, and there was this kid's house I was at probably, I don't know, in my 20s. We were smoking pot, and he worked for HD Supply, but he worked from home. And he'd be like, yeah, I wake up like 2 to 3 hours and like work, and I go back to sleep. And he was making so much money. And the other day I thought about it, and I was like, dude, you've worked from home for like 3 years. And like, you've worked your ass off to get to where you're at. And it's funny. It's like, now I am that guy. So, stuff like that, man, and be able to just live down here in Florida. It's kind of crazy. A lot of people I know like never moved out of our home state at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like they did, but it's like around like kind of where their parents live or like whatever. So I don't know. It's just wild to be down here. You know, be living. People are like, oh my God, you live from Tampa. So I'm just super blessed, man.
Yeah, it's
And I didn't, I never got a degree, got out of the mud, worked my ranks in different industries and shit, and just kind of stuck with it. So, that's something to be definitely credible for.
You're a testament.
I was a shithead too. I could have been a fucking loser. Dude. Like dead ass. So.
Your story is an inspiration, especially.
Yeah.
Like coming from where you came from to where you are now is big testament to you and your mentality.
Yeah.
You want to share where you came from?
Yeah.
No. Not yet. No.
All right. That's fair, man. I mean, we've both heard it behind closed doors, and I think we're both inspired by it. I think that you have an amazing story to tell. And there's a reason that you're in this room, right?
Right.
Like you've overcome in all senses of the word overcome. So,
yeah.
Inspired by that, dude.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. I think about that a lot sometimes. And it's weird because, like, for example, like a couple years ago, probably like 6-7 years ago, I'd be so afraid to get fired from a job. October 1st is coming up, and like we're all like on these like pips or whatever for our sales org. And like I really don't care. I grew up a different way to where, I learned about credit scores. I learned ways to get rich that didn't involve degrees and rich in certain different aspects. And so, I don't know, I'm just super blessed to like have the knowledge that I do and like have the people in my life that I've kind of cut out and the people that I've added. So, I have awareness of that too. Because a lot of people drag relationships and shit that just don't matter to them, that serve them no value. So,
Yeah, that's good stuff. Guys, as we get into this thing, obviously it's just the three of us today, but I think we're gonna talk to some pretty cool people in the coming months. Who are you guys excited to talk to? Like, what industry? Are there specific individuals? Like, what lessons do you want to learn in the next few months?
I don't know. Just let each guest has their own story to tell. And each guest has their own lessons to be learned off of their stories. So I don't want to say like I'm anticipating anything from anyone in specific, but I am excited to listen to the successful businessmen and women from St. Pete and seeing what I can take out of that.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Austin?
I don't know, man. I'm just excited to learn the methodology behind it. How they got to where they're at. You know, what it took, stuff like that.
Yeah, everybody's got a process.
Everyone's got a process, but there's like no secret sauce.
Right. Yeah, I think that's probably, I would expect that that's going to make itself pretty clear pretty quickly, is like every successful person that we talk to is going to have like a documented plan about like the things that they accomplished. You know, it was ABCD, setback, ABCD. You know, it wasn't random. It was planned and executed.
I feel like setbacks are super common.
Dude, fail fast. That's the fastest way forward.
Fall forward.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
He's not judged by how he falls. He's judged by how he rises. Got that tattooed on my wrist, man. Every time I fail. Every time I fail, like,
that's deep.
I look at it. It was my dad told me that one. That one's going to stick with me for my whole life now. But, like, bro, I've fallen on my face before so many times. And not even really just successfully. I mean, not in work or career, like social, girlfriends, fitness, like, but just get back up, keep moving.
What is your mindset to get back up though? Because you talk to so many people who are also falling down, right? And they get discouraged, and like a lot of times things seem to pile up, like one thing after another, and you get so discouraged.
Yeah.
Like, how am I gonna get over this? Like, you've done that. So like, what's your mindset? What helps you stand back up on your feet when there's a setback like that? Is it your vision, or is it something else?
I think something else for sure. I think it's getting a little win. You got to get a little win in the bank. Like, you have to break it down. Like, the morning after, like, a big failure. Well, first I should say, like, the sleep that you have between, like, a massive failure and the next day is huge. I think that gives your nervous system, that gives your body time to reset. But you wake back up and you break that day down into smaller victories. So, I mean, you get fired, you come home, there's a bunch of dishes in the sink, your house is not cleaned. Wake up the next morning, you clean the house. You clean the dishes. And then it's like, I cleaned the dishes today. That's more than I did yesterday. And it's like, okay, let's build on that. Clean the house. Okay, let's build on that. There's a book that's been on my nightstand that I bought 3 weeks ago. Let's crack into that. And then it's like, okay, what are my fitness goals? Kind of evaluate, if you have multiple different goals in multiple different areas, evaluate where you are in each area and find a way to get a little victory in 1 or 2 or 3 of those areas. Because then it snowballs. The success snowballs. And then the next thing you know, you're back on your routine. You have that discipline instilled in you. Because I think that is one big thing, is finding the difference between motivation and discipline. I think motivation, while it's good for a nice high in the day, few days, even week after you make that decision or something happens to you, it's useless in the long run. So being able to wake up in the morning and continue to go to the gym and continue to do things that enrich your life is important. And it's stacking those small victories, because the small victories become a big victory.
Right.
Austin, you've got a methodology for those wins early in the morning, right?
Yeah, man. You have to. I write them down every single night. Put them in my laptop. 5 hardest things I gotta do for the day. Wake up in the morning, get work started. Bam. It takes me from 8 to 10, and the rest of the day is just like, I don't know. Sometimes it just like snaps by. So it's all about, like, I don't know. I don't like to ever wing anything. I like stuff to be planned out. Growing up, I went to jail, dude, and so like, every time I went to jail, I'd come home and like my bed would be made, because sometimes I'd leave the house and not know if I was going to come back. So that's the way I live my life. Everything has to be like perfect. Coming home to me was like I was safe. So my shit can't be like a wreck. So
Yeah. Yeah, I love that, man. I love the 5 things in the morning, dude. I've been doing it since I heard it from you.
Bro.
Boom, 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 boom. 5 wins.
Like, I can't go to sleep.
10
I
a.m.
can't go to sleep with a dirty kitchen, bro. Like I'll stay up itching all night.
Yeah.
That makes me mad. But I live with roommates, so it's.
Yeah, man.
I actually like yelling at my roommate sometimes.
I know. I'm trying to live.
My roommate puts up a lot of shit with me, dude.
I'm trying to live life like I said when I was reading that book earlier. So I can't go around and yell. I gotta figure out different ways to the solution or different solutions to the problem.
Just love them, man.
Yeah.
They're not leaving the dishes out because they hate you.
No,
You know?
I think they are, honestly.
they got something
Like
against
Austin
me.
sucks. I'm gonna leave
It's
some
starting to
beef.
piss me off. It's true, dude. No, my roommate's a good roommate. He takes care of his shit. For the record.
Living with people is hard, man.
You live with
It
like
really
12.
is. Yeah, I have 8 roommates.
Yeah.
7 roommates.
What? Really?
Yeah, man. I actually love. So I live in a place that's called Docked Living. We got about 10 houses throughout St. Pete and the Tampa area, and it's dope, dude. So they're rethinking the way that living is done, and so they basically buy these houses, they refurbish them with anywhere from like 5 to 15 rooms, and so like it's not a massive house, but it has 8 rooms and 8 bathrooms in it, so everybody gets a separate space. So it's kind of like an apartment complex. It's just a single house, and it's really, really cheap. Utilities are all built in. You get community discounts to do like community events and stuff. The community events are pretty
Can you
bomb.
lock your door?
Yeah, you can lock your door. Yeah, all the
Is it
doors
like a
have
single little apartment, kind of?
Dude, I have a massive room. I probably have a...
Yeah, but like, is your bathroom connected to like your little like room?
Yeah, it's in my room.
No, so it's like a little like mini like apartment. Like when you close the door, it's just you.
Yeah. It's
That's
like a
sick.
studio apartment in my room, for sure.
The sleep paralysis monster, and you.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
one- that
and I
one-
probably
that
have
one
400 square feet. Like, my room's awesome. So, yeah, I have a lot of roommates. Yeah, the kitchen's dirty. No, I can't snuggle on the couch with my girlfriend and watch TV, you know? But...
You gotta earn that though. You gotta
Yeah.
earn the. That's kind of a weird way to put it, but earn the couch, earn the space.
earn the couch snuggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big goal for me in the next 5 years is buying a house. And like I want to live in it, but ultimately I want to make it work for me. I don't want to have a big liability, you know? And so like doing a lot of research, doing a lot of networking to figure that out right now. Obviously real estate's really, really expensive.
Hell yeah, dude. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
These
it's
little
insane.
Band-Aid houses are for like $500,000. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but there's just such great opportunity to make passive income in real estate.
Yeah.
There is.
Is that one of your business goals? Maybe.
Yeah,
bunch?
yeah. So obviously, I have my cookie jar is deep, but that's the next thing I want to add to it is adding real estate to the portfolio. But I don't like. There's so many people. Like if you do Airbnb, power to you. That's great, passive income. You could get somebody to manage your property, so it's limited work from you, right? But there's people with Airbnb that are moving into neighborhoods, and this is super prevalent in Florida, that are moving in, turning it into Airbnb property. Maybe they're getting 6 properties on the same street. They're pushing up the value of the homes on that street, and there's no community because nobody actually lives there. It's all people that are renting. Like over on the beach side of St. Pete, that is super, super prevalent. So much so that there's now codes for different counties that limit whether you can rent properties or
That's
not.
all, yeah.
Yeah, which I'm a major advocate of that. So when I do get into the game, I don't want to just do it to make money. You know, I want to do it to contribute to the community where that property is. So it's not just flipping that to make money. And that's going to take some thinking and discussion with some people that know a lot more than I do, but maybe somebody will watch this and have some ideas.
Yeah. I like that though. They will.
Yeah. Guys, we've been chatting for an hour. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good first step.
That's a good shot.
Absolutely.
Have a great night, everyone.
I want to ask you guys one last question.
Yeah, what's up?
Matt, do you remember that Shannon Sharp quote we talked about last week?
I do remember that Shannon Sharp quote.
What's that quote, dude?
When you lay your head on the pillow at night, Did you give it everything you had during the day? Well, that's not the quote word. That's not like the word by word quote, but.
Dude, Shannon Sharp's gonna be pissed. You just totally.
I know.
You just
ruined it.
Right.
Botched this quote.
When you put your head down, did you give it everything you had?
Yeah.
Like when you lay your head down on that pillow at night. So.
Yeah. So, to segue that into a question.
Yeah. I'm interested in this.
What are you guys gonna do today?
Mm.
So that Sunday night, after the Chiefs win on Sunday Night Football.
Shut the fuck up, dude. They're not gonna win.
The Falcons.
I gotta get home.
So
I gotta get home to
scary.
watch that game. So wrap it up.
Kirk Cousins.
No.
Oh no.
I think the Bucks lost today.
Taylor
So.
Swift
Yeah,
is
not good. The Broncos?
Taylor Swift's not gonna know it hit it. Okay.
No, Taylor has no idea
She's
what's
gonna have
coming.
no idea what's coming. She's
Yeah.
never been to ATO.
Okay. What?
Taylor Swift is it in Atlanta? It's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
never been to ATO.
Taste
Yeah.
Swizzle.
But anyway, you know,
Swizzy.
friendly sports competitions
not.
aside.
So what am I
mean-
gonna do?
What are you going to do to be proud of yourself and sleep easy tonight? For me, guys, sitting in these chairs today is
Was a
going to
big
make me
thing.
sleep easy tonight.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about earlier, taking action.
You actually did it. Yeah.
I don't know how much value we got out of this conversation today.
I think there's plenty. I think there's plenty.
Dude, if people learn one thing from this, even if they watch 5 minutes of it and they're like, this sucks, it's that we sat down and did it. You
We
know?
did it.
Yeah.
And that makes me proud.
It's just about doing it again.
Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of this was a big thing. Got an exam next Tuesday, so maybe sit down for an hour and study for that.
Is it stats?
No, stats is
Study.
in a few weeks. Business stats is in a few weeks, but this is marketing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's fun. I like marketing. The Ansoff Matrix, BCG. You got dogs. You got stars.
The dogs keeps coming up, man.
Yeah. This time the dogs are like products you discard.
Yeah.
They're trash, but
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I remember all that from my MBA. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
but you know, I mean, there's stuff to get out of it. There's stuff to be gotten out of it. There's little diamond pieces to be found out of it. I can go into a whole different tangent about what I think about degrees now, but I think we'll save that for another
Oh, yeah.
day.
Yeah, we definitely got to hash that out.
But yeah, I think this was the big thing.
Cool.
Big thing for the day.
Okay.
Austin.
You're up.
Can you hear me on this?
Yeah, we can.
Spit some bars, dude.
My thing that's gonna make me sleep good tonight is getting my girlfriend a donut after this. So I cannot forget. That just crossed my mind.
We're gonna go there,
Dude.
And the Falcons are gonna beat the Chiefs actually, so I'm excited to come and talk shit about that.
We're gonna go to the donut shop. It's gonna be closed.
No way.
How are you gonna
No way.
react? What
It's not
happens?
gonna be close.
Nope.
No, it's not.
Well,
No.
I'm very positive. You have to be positive about it.
if it is closed, how you react? What happens?
Then we're gonna go home. It's gonna be okay. And the Falcons are still gonna beat the Chiefs.
He's
That's
not gonna go-
perfect. I
He's
love
not
it.
going to go to sleep tonight.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
I'm
The
gonna
day
stay
was a
up all
failure.
night.
Damn donut.
Today was a great day. Was a failure.
No, dude.
Every day is a win.
Showing up for your lady is... What?
That was a cutoff.
Okay.
So that means we talked for an hour and 15 minutes.
That's incredible. Showing up for your lady is so big, dude. Like, yeah, I know you kind of said that as a joke, like getting my girl a donut, but like
Yeah.
those little things, if you do that every single day, is going to make all the difference in your relationship, you know?
Dude. These guys got the game fucked up nowadays. I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really do.
You just
Yeah.
have to find the person that you want to do that for. That's
My
the hard
girlfriend's a
part.
TJ Maxx today on a $100 budget because I gave it to her. Because she's a good girlfriend. She cooks and she cleans. So I take her out to dinner. And it's a trade-off, dude. A lot of guys think they have to pay for everything and like makes their girlfriend a gold digger. But it's like, think about all the stuff she does for you.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have a very different relationship with my girlfriend, but I definitely... There's
evens
multiple ways
out.
to skin a cat, you know?
See what's up.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
just be cooling and bulling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just cooling and bulling.
Cooling and bulling.
Yeah, my relationship is more of a partnership, you know, both by financially, the things that we work on, the things that we decide to do together. And I think there's pros and cons to both, you know?
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Ours is a partnership.
Yeah.
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 If you can't have this conversation with your girlfriend, you're with the wrong girl.
Absolutely.
Mm.
There's too many dumb ones out here.
Dude, you got to rise together.
You really do.
The quote from earlier. It's not about how you fall. It's about how you rise.
Yeah.
It's about how you rise together.
Together.
Yeah.
I think that's applicable to that for sure.
For sure.
I mean, you guys fall together just as much as you rise together.
We fall in love.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, well, love you guys.
Yeah, guys, this was awesome. Episode 1 in the books. Excited for the next one. To our go-getters. If you like what you heard today, if you got anything out of it, if you're interested in hearing from our guests in the future, like, subscribe, share. We are the Vanguard Project. Let us know in the comments the most valuable thing you heard today and what guests from the community you want to hear from. And tune in next month and we'll sit down with our first guest.
Yep. Follow on us on Instagram. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And yeah, we look forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys sitting down here today.
Love you guys.